Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. During the eclipse day, many different schools, organizations wanted to use that as a way to be able to gather some scientific data. Purdue University Fort Wayne decided that that was going to be what they were going to do as well. So they put up, I believe they said 10 different weather balloons that were going to go to various parts of the country to be able to gather different data to realize or figure out what effect that potentially could have on many different systems. All of them returned except for 3. One that never got off the ground, one that crashed into a creek, and another that is still missing somewhere in Lake Erie. Now I want to give you a look at exactly what these weather balloons look like here. So the balloon's on top, and there's a parachute, and then there's a couple of different systems that are connected to it as well. We're going to move on. That's what it looks like on the ground. This again has crashed somewhere into Lake Erie. So take a look at this. Where green is where they still knew it was. Then the yellow portion is when they started to lose contact, and then blue is where they believe it could have gone as a result of tides since then. This is a very expensive and important piece of equipment, and now they believe that the balloon is potentially in line with Lorraine. So if anybody notices basically a large white and orange parachute, that is this thing. So what should you do? Well, we actually interviewed somebody from Purdue University Fort Wayne about this. A really insane story here. They break down what they were hoping to get from it and why it'd be nice if people could help locate this balloon. About the eclipse and everything that we could learn from it and going into it, what was going to be the role, or what was the role of all of you and your department with what was going to happen on the eclipse and what you were expecting and hoping to learn?
So when we launched the balloon in connection with near space education, we were wanting to collect data from the eclipse pictures, photographs, how high the balloon would go, the different effects that the eclipse would have. And we've got more information daily on different things that have happened and how just the turning of the eclipse and the moon, how it did affect our data that we've already collected.
Now, unfortunately, that balloon didn't necessarily make it home. Can you explain for those that are unfamiliar kind of what happened there?
We were supposed to be landing in Bowling Green, and it kept going. And so we were also retrieving another balloon that was in the area. So we went ahead and got that one. We were waiting, and then it was over the bay. And so we kept waiting for it to go across that, and then it went into Lake Erie, and we just watched it, and then it just blooped. So, we're assuming it is in Lake Erie, but the wonderful outpour that we've had from everybody has just been amazing in trying to find this for us, just to collect the important data that we're doing and the photographs that are part of this. And so it's just an amazing project.
So you said you believe it is in Lake Erie. Is there like a general area of Lake Erie, a general portion of it where you feel the most confident?
With the information that we have and following the tracker, it was straight off of Lorraine. And we're hoping with just the balloon staying up, the water's cold enough that it might not pop the smaller balloon and it would float for a while. The payload is only 6 pounds, so it's not truly heavy to sink, but it could if it gets water logged. So we're just kind of hoping to retrieve it.
And the last question is for anybody that does find it, if they do, what are they supposed to do?
So you can contact the Lorraine Police Department or the Coast Guard. They're all been a part of this, and they've been wonderful.
So yeah, if you do locate it, obviously they'd want to know. But again, I want to pull up the maps associated with this, because essentially what happened is that thing went missing right in the harbor. Let me pull that part up here. There we go. So you'll see where this had gone. Rice Island's right here, Muddy Creek Bay, which is not necessarily as well known as Sandusky Bay. That's where it basically started to float to. They had anticipated that it would go down. It didn't, and then it just kept going. This is what it looks like again, and this is what it looks like from the air. So if you recognize this, if you're in the Lorraine area, or if you're just along Lake Erie, they believe it is now drifted around Lorraine. There's a chance that it could come ashore closer to Cleveland as well. So if you see this on the ground, give Lorain Police a call, or wherever you are, give that police department a call to let them know that you have recovered it. This is going to give a lot of information back to Purdue University, Fort Wayne, but also it's just a crazy story nonetheless. All right, we'll have much more on this and other stories of the day tonight on 19 News, but first we have our coverage at 7 o'clock and 7:30 over on the CW, so I'll see you there. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson, 19 News. Have a great day and a great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
'19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.